2020 IAME Euro Series concludes in changeable conditions at the Karting de Fagnes International Raceway at Mariembourg, back on the calendar for the third consecutive year. With 3 titles to crown in Mini, Junior and Senior X30, each final will be very tough races to win. And nobody is quite sure who will have the advantage.
My name is Martin Bean and we're here today as clerk of the course for the IAME Euro Series with Ross Upton, and Ross is the service park dummy grid manager. So Ross has the enviable position of releasing the karts to me when they're going on the warm-up lap and the formation lap to start the race. So we thought it'd be a good idea if we had some insight into what happens before the karts actually get on the track for me to start the race. So, Rossi.
Hi Martin.
As a service park manager, what happens when the karts are coming into the dummy grid?
Before they get onto the pre-grid, they go through the servicing park. To enter the servicing park, they would have to have their bumpers off to be checked.
These are the front nose cones.
The front nose cones, front fairings. They would have their tyres scanned to make sure their tyres are officially registered to that kart. They would have their rear axles checked as well for the width of them to make sure it's official. Once they get into the servicing park, there's a time limit on the gates. So they can work on the kart in the servicing area, change the tyres if they need to, but there's a time limit. If they don't make that time limit getting out onto the pre-grid, the gate will close and they will be stuck in the servicing park.
So there is a service park area,
yes,
and there's a dummy grid park area.
Right, yes.
Okay.
So as long as they make the time, they would go out then onto the pre-grid, where I would then make sure they're all in their right positions. But once they're on the pre-grid, they're not allowed to work on the karts. There's no tools, no working on the kart.
Onto the pre-grid, they're ready to race.
Once it goes through that gate, it should be ready to race. All you're allowed to do is check your air pressure.
So once they get into the dummy grid area and they're sat there waiting, do you have a procedure you have to go through to tell them, how do they know when to go?
When they're ready to go, it would be, I'd have an earpiece in and I'd be communicating with timekeeping and yourself, and I would then get the say-so that the track's clear and we're ready to race. 30 seconds before, I'd put the yellow light.
So the drivers then are aware that in 30 seconds time they're going to be going.
Yeah, we're going to go. And then once it's to the minutes, then I'd put the green light on and then they should all go out.
So then they're on the way to me?
Yes, then they're on the way to you.
And then it's up to me to get them in the right order and the right space, turn the lights off, and then we're racing. Yeah? Brilliant.
Let's ride with local hero Sam Balota around this mesmerising Karting de Fagnes International Raceway circuit. The first corner is a tough one. Plenty of G-forces carried through this right-hander, a lot of speed too. Now you're going to hit the brakes, but this is a deceptive hairpin. You've got to hang the inside apex. Now you blast back out on the power into a big stop, the left hairpin. This is a difficult one to get right and a big overtaking spot. Plenty of curb used on the outside. Now a square left. Chuck the kart in, hang the curb on the outside. In damp conditions, you've got to nail that one right. Triple apex to the right. 1, 2, now back on the brakes, and 3. It's a tight hairpin. You've got to blend out the power and miss the curb on the first apex. Just kiss it on the second. Now you're going through the right-left kink, and big stop again into the third sector. Hold the inside line, but miss the curbs on both apexes because it will blend the speed out on the second. Now you're into the pit bend. This is a big one to get right. You can blend out the power halfway through the turn and you're nailing the throttle flat out all the way across the finish line. 1.366 kilometres of adrenaline pumping action. For the victory, let's race at Mariembourg! Terrific start from Sacha van Bad Bosch as he comes into the first corner. He drifts out wide though. Strauman's going to try and get the lead from him. He does not manage to. Kishnani's made a terrific start and he's going to dive through in a second. There's a spin further back. 2 karts dropping back down the order from the front end of the field. And so it's been, we've got a spin in the back. Spin in the back end of the field. That's one of the Spirit karts that's gone around. And it's the 991 Ben Smith who's recovering. Who else is it? Oh, don't tell me that's Matt Corby. Oh no, that stage. And now he's got to try and fight his way back from the tail end of the field as Gillard charges through into 4th place past Cahal Clark. Here comes Adrian Ferrer on the inside line for Cahal Clark, and he gets the place. Bosch gets the victory. His tally can only climb to 179 compared to Cahal Clark, who is now stapled to 182 points. He can't score anymore. So this is all about staying focused and staying out of trouble. But Sasha Van Padbosch is going to have the win. It's going to be a great battle further back. That's Luna Flusha getting up the inside of Raman Kamyab as they both drift past, taken by surprise. Jason Bralich, as Flusha and Kamyab are double timing the entire field as they charge forward and have now closed up on Cathal Clark. So some brilliant comeback drives. Roman Kamyab is having a stormer of a race here. Up into 8th place on the inside. That's one of the KR drivers in there. That's Thomas Behrman. What a comeback from him as well. Amazing. Kamyab and Behrman, welcome back to the big show. They are charging through the field. Well, the battle continues up front. Oh, and that's Behrman. He runs wide onto the grass. So Behrman drifts wide. And that's all his incredible work undone for the moment. He's just got to try and get back onto the horse and charge his way back through. Some brilliant moves in the wet conditions as the 9.14 comes forward. That's Niels Lelor. Goodness me, that's a 3-into-1 move there from Julian Yakers. He manages to fight his way back with a brilliant storm on the inside line. And that's Matis Merchat. Oh, what a save from Roberto Bass, who gets the back end of the cart out big style. By Tibor Ramakers, who might be able to get himself into the top 6 of the point standings here. So a good race as Strauven takes the lead. Strauven gets through on Sasha Van Padbosch, so he makes the dive on the inside of the hairpin. We've lost someone from the front end. It's the 9.13 that's gone. And I'm afraid to say that is Roberto Bass. It's a really solid run. Can Van Padbosch get there? It's protection from Strauven. But Van Padbosch is going to steal it on the inside of the final bend. Sasha Van Padbosch has snatched it. What a move! Sasha Van Padbosch wins the final in the final corner. Unbelievable! In 3rd position for Spain, Adrian Ferra. And in 2nd position for Belgium, Thomas Strauven. And your race winner for the Netherlands, Sasha Van Padbosch. That was an amazing race. Thomas and I drove away and we just started fighting a bit. And in the last lap, I took back 1st place at the last corner. I am so happy with it. I'm very pleased with 2nd in the rankings and I hope it goes as well in Portugal as it did here. So yes, I am really looking forward to it. And in all honesty, I really hope that it hurries up and gets here. Yes, it was a super good weekend, but I must admit it did not go so well at the start. Qualifying was not very good because I didn't have the right speed, but we fixed it in time for the final, and then I did have the speed, so not bad. Yes, it was a good race, only the last lap was not that good, but 2nd is okay. I am very happy to win a ticket for Portugal, and hopefully we can race there, but I don't know if I can with my school commitments, so we'll see. I am very happy with the positions that I've made up. I needed to come back so many places because I had an incident in the pre-final. That put me 8th, and then in the final I managed to overtake many drivers. And I ended up taking the podium because they gave Tiziano Kuznini a penalty. I am very happy but also frustrated. I finished the year in 4th, just 1 point from 3rd place, and I wanted so much to be 3rd in the championship. But the thing is that I salvaged 4th after a very tough day. I think that Portugal should be fun. It's now my main priority. I have never raced at Portimao, but it looks like a fun circuit, so I think I can still win.
At the beginning of the weekend we were really struggling. Like, we wasn't as fast as some of the others and it didn't look like we was going to get the title. During the final I was just trying to keep calm because I think I already knew I had it in the bag. So I was just trying to keep calm and keep my nose clean. I'm really looking forward to going with my new team, Mick Barrett Racing, and I think it's going to be a good one. A similar performance maybe from throughout the whole year, and hopefully another win.
Let's race at Mariembourg! Epic start to the 1st corner. It's a little bit slippery as they get down to turn 1. They've just got to keep themselves. There's a spin in the pack. It's one of the fusions. That's Greenall! Greenall has spun at turn 1! This is going to be a tough one as Walker bounces on the inside of Alve. So it's going to take time for the And it's a big battle. Oh, Otting has lost ground. Walker's got the lead. Charged his way forward. Now he goes for fourth and gets there. Laps to go, 2 completed. And here comes Bart Pluch on the inside to get third from Stephen Haydens as Hovelak gets on the inside of Otting and Stephen Haydens. He passes them both. And what a launch through on the inside from Stephen Haydens. He trips wide and loses 3 places for his trouble. Here comes the move from Hovelak. Nice move there on the inside of Bart Pluch, and that gets him up into 3rd position. And we're going to start to see the sector times at the moment. And here's the battle between Otting and Volt. And they are side by side, and Volt gets through. So we're going to go through in fine style. Angelo Melli's first sector time was identical, almost to the 100th of a second. He's got plenty of time. Here he goes on the inside of Abraham and gets through. So Angelo Melli makes up another place, and he's got better grip out of the turn. Back at the front, Volt has made the move for 3rd on the back of Santiago Valve, so Volt gets through on his teammate. Gabriel Stilp has made a good move there on Selavan Solon to get through into 12th place, and that's the move from Hovelak. Hovelak gets through past Santiago Valve. Onto this, but Santiago Valve struggling. There goes Greenall. What a bite back from Oliver Greenall. If he gets the front fairing, it's all over as he passes Stephen Haydens. And Angelo Melli is going to make mincemeat of him in the first corner, no problem at all. And there's a warning flag for Kimi Abraham. Inside, Bart Pluch is so slow through there. Melli's got to time this right. Careful, mate. You've got to make a clean overtake. You cannot afford a loose front fairing. Luke is being ultra defensive, but it's only a matter of getting out of the corner quicker. Oh, Pluch is holding the door shut. Angelo Melli now needs to make it, but is it going to be too greasy offline? No, he's fine. Comparison for grip, and he darts through on the inside line. Is there enough grip? Yes, there is. Beautiful, as Verrazzano gets past Santi Valve. And I'm sorry to say that Valve's chance has completely folded on him. It looks as though he wasn't going to have the run, even if he had started from the front. Melli's nearly in trouble there from Verrazzano and Santi Valve, who gets back through. Verrazzano drifts back in front. Here he goes again, Verrazzano having to cover to defend, but Melli's got him and got him well. Looks as though Santiago Valve's not nothing in response, and Melli just charges through. 7 seconds as Melli dances out behind Ben Hovelak. Oh, and Angelo Melli gets his run on Volt. Volt's onto the wet stuff. Charging through from 14th on the grid. It was originally dead last though because he lost traction at the start. He's come from the back of the grid to 3rd. He might just have enough in the tank to catch Greenall. Greenall trying to defend, but Melli's got so much grip. He goes around the outside. They lock wheels and Melli goes onto the grass. The 2020 IAME Euro Series Junior X30 winner. As Verrazzano crashes on the final lap, it will be Greenall. Angelo Melli is 3rd. But Angelo Melli, he's celebrating as if he's won the race. Oh, Aaron Verrazzano absolutely beside himself with commiseration. The mixture of emotions here at Mariembourg, such a contrast. Sano dejected, Aaron Walker triumphant. He wins the race and the title. With 3rd position and the driver of the day for Belgium, Angelo Melli. And in 2nd position for Great Britain, Oliver Greenall. And your race winner, also for Great Britain, Aaron Walker.
Yeah, no, it was a very good race, a hard and long race. I got into the lead on lap 1 and I was just trying to keep the gap and extend it as much as I could. I didn't really realise I won until 9 seconds until the end of the race. Bit of a shock to be honest, but it is what it is. Because we were on wets in the final and the track was dry, I was just trying to be as smooth as possible and try as little as I can to not overheat the wets and make it slower. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for Portimao. With more drivers there and more competition, I'm confident we can go into Portimao and take the race win.
Well, started 4th after the pre-final, we struggled a bit. Yeah, after getting spun round at the first corner, it was always going to be difficult. After Aaron was so fast, managed to drive away, but managed to come back through quite quickly and just didn't have any time to catch Aaron. He was really fast and he's done really well this year, so he fully deserved championship. Happy after coming from Le Mans last year, coming 3rd when my first European race. I've only just turned 13, so I've got another year in juniors next year, so I can see what I can do next year. Yeah, hoping to get a good result this year and hopefully win it, but we'll see what happens.
It was very special for me indeed, because me and my father decided to gamble to go for slick tyres. We thought it couldn't really hurt. When we found the speed mid-race, it was clear slicks were definitely more advantageous. And finally, we found ourselves in third place. I made the move for second and I was pushed out, so I had to settle for third place. To finish third in a Euro Series final, it's wonderful. I did not expect to be on the podium, frankly. So it's very good for me. I will hopefully go to Portugal if I can. I'm always really happy to see a new circuit. Yes, let's race at Mariembourg one more time. Shields gets the best start, but he drifts through the first corner. Cunnington gets up the inside and they both go wide. Goldstein gets the place. Shields loses about 6 to 7 places. Serenetti side by side with Butcher. Shields trying not to get caught up in it, and he darts up the inside, and then Shields on the grass. Kian Shields is on the grass. Butcher in 7th place, Counter in his 8th and up the inside. There goes Belota. He gets past. And with 2nd place, Cunnington should have enough there as on the inside. Levesque gets the move there on Van der Westerlaken. Ordinary run as the drivers continue their charge through the field. Atkins going well in front of Caden McQueen, his teammate. McQueen up to 11th as they both take on Counterin. And now McQueen gets past his teammate as they charge forward. Make that 19th now as up the inside. Belota's going to get the run on Cunnington and he gets there in a 2nd position. So a good charge forward from Belota. Fun out there rather than just banzaiing. And there goes McQueen on the inside. Atkins tries to get there as well. Ruben Moyer doesn't leave the door open for long. Levesque is closing up on Cunnington. Levesque has got to overtake Guy Cunnington to win the title. But Goldstein is defending valiantly from Belota. Levesque storms up the inside and gets through on Cunnington. He's into 3rd. They've all overshot at turn 3. That's Meyer. Oh, there's more of them going off. There's carts going off. We've lost several drivers from the fray there. Serenetti hasn't come through. Meyer, Delati, Stahauer and Bo Heymans all involved in that one. But Belota's gone into the lead. Past Ellie Goldstein as Kian Shields dives through and makes up another place into 13th place in front of Kuppens. 217's got a warning flag. That's Alessandro Serenetti. So Alessandro Serenetti's got a warning flag. That comes with it the 5 seconds penalty that is mandatory. Look at that steam coming off Belota's cart. Fair enough, but he's got a problem and he knows it. He knows it. Belota's out. Belota's out from the lead. Well, I thought it was coming, but it's still just as cruel and just as heartbreaking for Sam Belota. Victory is cruelly wrenched away. There goes Villa. Villa gets the move on Rivaldo van der Westerlaken. Levesque going well in P2. He just needs to keep pushing. Cunnington's in real trouble here. He's being caught by Butcher, and if Butcher gets through, that could cost him the title. Down to the last lap of the race here. As there goes the move from van der Westerlaken. He gets back through on Villa. Serenetti goes with him. Serenetti up the inside of van der Westerlaken, and that's a beautiful move to get into 8th place. Goldstein, meanwhile, out in front. Levesque in 2nd. There goes Butcher. Butcher passes Cunnington. The job is done. 2nd is Levesque. 3rd is Butcher. Enzo Levesque wins the Euro Series title of 2020. 3rd position for the United Kingdom, Guy Cunnington. And in 2nd position for France, Enzo Levesque. And finally, your race winner for Belgium, Ellie Goldstein. And we welcome to the podium your driver of the day for the United Kingdom, Kalai Atkins.
Yeah, it's an incredible victory here. I started 3rd in the final, but I know that if I don't pass the drivers in the first lap or in the second lap, it's finished. So yeah, I passed in the first corner. Yeah, it was good. I go fast for the first lap. Then I have a little bit space, and then I try to go fastest as possible. Yeah, of course, I won 2 years ago. It was yeah, memorable victory for me. Yeah, now I'm really happy because it's in my country, Belgium, and of course I want to go, but I don't know if it's possible with school and with the COVID also it's a bit difficult here. But yeah, we will see with my father and with my team.
The weekend actually started quite badly for me. We didn't have good pace, so I didn't expect to start the final from 6th. I knew very well that I had to make sure to finish the championship, that I had to beat Guy, so I was lucky. And there was a lot of battles to finish second, and unfortunately I just missed it. I couldn't win the title, but that's the way it is. I'm quite frustrated because at the time I crossed the line, Butcher was ahead of Cunnington. I was with my mechanic and he told me that I had won, so when unfortunately I hadn't, it was tough. Like Massa in Formula 1, he won a place back and it's 1 point only that I missed it by. It's also unfortunate because as much as I want to go to Portugal, I don't think I can go there because of the schoolwork. It's complicated, but I've ended the year the best that I can.
Very, very close, championship points going into the last race, so everyone was a bit nervous. I knew what I had to do, so I was trying to crack on with the job. We had a few boys on new tyres, so I knew they were going to be quick in the early stages, but then I knew I'd get it back a bit later on, so they went past. Unfortunately, Sam Bloter seized because his water dropped, which helped me out with a couple of points. Then Levette came past, which I wasn't too panicky about because I knew he had to finish a few in front to do the championship. So it was okay, and then I think it was about 4 laps to go that Sean Butcher came past, and on his way past me, I seen that he had a drop-down front fairing, so I was still pretty calm at that point. I looked behind, had a bit of a gap, so I was quite happy. And then obviously when I found out he did have the nose cone, then yeah, we were just over the moon. Pretty incredible. I'm very happy, along with the team, and we'll try our best to win it. I've done one World Championship sort of scenery before, so I'm looking forward to getting going with that again. So definitely hoping to win that, especially sealing this title.
Sascha Van Bosch stole the Mini X30 win and second in the standings on the final corner of the final lap. Shades of Lewis Hamilton, it seems. Behind Strauven and Ferrer, P4 was enough for Cathal Clark to win the Mini X30 IAME Euro Series. A dominant win for Aaron Walker, an amazing comeback for Oliver Greenall, and an incredible display of courage for Angelo Melli. A satisfying end to the year in Junior X30 as Walker wins the title ahead of Santiago Valve and Oliver Greenall. Incredibly, after the checkered flag, a front-fairing penalty for Sean Butcher promotes Guy Cunnington to third behind Goldstein and Levesque, which made him the title winner of Senior X30 by just 1 point in his first ever Euro Series campaign, with Kian Shields ending the year third behind Enzo Levesque. But with Ellie Goldstein winning the race, he and all the other podium finishers and top 3 racers in the standings earn a ticket to more action and great racing next month at the International IAME I Games at Portimao in Portugal. And we'll see you there for the final weekend of this mesmerising European IAME season.